Hi everyone. So here is a video I did not expect to be making this year. In fact, I don't think I'll be making this video for quite some time. As you can tell by the title of the video, I am selling the BMW 4 Series, and I'm doing that because I've replaced it with a very particular type of car. Replacing the 4 Series was not an easy choice to make, but I have come across another car that I am a big fan of, something that I have wanted for a decade now. And I'm going to show you guys that car a little bit in this video. I'm not going to be giving you a full tour of it. We're just going to be looking at it very briefly because I want to do another separate full-on video reviewing that car, showing you all around it. But we're going to talk about the 4 Series now and why I'm selling it. So just a little recap. I bought this car in December 2020 and I posted my first video on YouTube of it in, I believe, January 3rd, 2021. It's a 2017 F32 Coupe 420D M Sport, finished in the iconic Estoril Blue. And it is a wonderful, wonderful car. I like everything about it. And that's saying something because truthfully, I'm not the world's biggest BMW fan in general. But this, the first generation 4 Series, is a car that I really like the look of. It just looks so stunning, very striking design. Really sharp, really modern. I like the wheels on it. These particular twin 5-spoke M Sport wheels are really sharp, and also obviously if you've watched my previous videos, I put on Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. You know, there's just a lot of little things I like about it. I like the fact that this little vent here is actually functional, whereas in some cars it's fake. Only problem is, as you can see, if you can get air through there, you can also get debris, fortunately. Let's take a quick look at the interior again. Interior of my car is pretty clean. I do look after my cars pretty well. It's got about 64,687 miles on it. Full black leather interior. Everything is in great condition with this car. I'll just fire it up. So this being the 420D model, it's got 2-litre inline-4 turbo diesel. It produces 188 brake horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque. There's the mileage on it, 64687. And as you can see, it's just immaculate in here. Really, really good condition. We'll just do another walk around of the exterior. Just keep the window down. So I'm going to talk about the history of my cars, I think, in this little segment. First car I ever bought was the 2008 Opel Astra. Owned that for quite a few years, and then I replaced it with a 2015 Vauxhall Insignia SRI. The Insignia was a very easy purchase for me because I know Insignias like the back of my hand. I probably have driven every Insignia under the sun at this point. I've worked with them. I worked in an Opel dealership on and off over the past number of years. So an Insignia was an easy purchase for me. And then in December 2020, during the COVID lockdowns here in Ireland, we were under very strict lockdowns. The last one was 6 months long. There's a lot of strict measures in place. You couldn't go within 5 kilometers of your home, that sort of thing. And I was going through the classifieds one day and this car just popped up. It was €24,500. I didn't have any plans to buy it. It was kind of more of a spur of the moment thing. I went to look at the car and I just loved it immediately. As I said, really loved the styling, and I always wanted a rear-wheel drive coupe. So this was a really easy purchase for me. Now, there's only one car in my mind that this 4 Series could be replaced by, and that would be the Toyota GT86. Now, for those of you who know me, the GT86 is one of my favorite cars in the world. I drove one of them back in July 2012, I believe it was. At least that's when it came out. Anyway, I believe it was around July 2012. First time I seen it, I thought it was a fantastic looking car. Then I drove it and I got really hooked on it. So we're going to cut over to a tiny bit of footage I have of the GT86 now, and then we're going to come back to the BMW. And so here it is. It is a 2018 Toyota GT86. In particular, this is the GT86 Pro. So it's got a few extra bells and whistles over a standard model. And so yeah, just a little quick walk around of it. In fact, I think we'll just get it started here. The car's been sitting for a couple of days, so it's not fully road legal yet. I'm still waiting to get the tax disc, but when it is, we'll be able to drive it. Nothing like a cold start. So I mentioned the carbon fiber effect mirror covers and the side stripes are dealer optional extras that were fitted. But yeah, what a cool looking car, huh? It's still pretty surreal that this is mine now and I have it at my house. Normally when I drive these things, it's for a short while, then I have to bring it back to the dealership and then I have to go home and hope that someday I can afford one. But yeah, here it is, all mine. So much more content is going to come with this car. It's incredibly exciting. So anyway, I think we're going to go back to the BMW and just summarize this whole video. So I just want to talk about my ownership experience with the 4 Series. Now, as I said earlier in this video, I'm not a huge BMW fan in general. I'd say BMW's made a handful of cars maybe in its entire life that I would actually buy with my own money, and I'm actually driving one of them right now. I certainly don't like the new 4 Series. I've seen quite a few of them in person, including the M4. I'm just not digging it, and it's not even just the fact that the grille is absolutely heinous. I just don't even think that the general styling of the car is really better looking than what I'm driving right now. I kind of get that I'm being biased, but I really do think that this F32 Generation 4 Series is a stunning looking car. Now, my ownership experience, honestly, this is going to be pretty short because there's not much to say in the way of negative things. The only real issue I ever had with this car was the EGR valve, and that's the only thing that ever threw up a check engine light. EGR valve in this car has been replaced and the car has been running absolutely perfect. That is the only issue I've had with this thing. This car has been smooth, comfortable, reliable. It's been everything I've ever wanted, honestly, in a car the whole time I've owned it. It's an absolute pleasure to drive. I mean, this 420D isn't even the most powerful diesel version you can get. You can get a 25D, a 30D, and a 35D, which is a twin turbo straight 6. But this here, as I said, 188 brake horsepower, 300 foot-pounds of torque. It's got plenty of power, and when you mash the accelerator, it drops down so quickly, thanks to the amazing 8-speed ZF gearboxes in this thing. So, you know, selling this car, well, to be honest, I'm actually selling it back to the original dealer that I bought it from, John McHugh Car Sales, located in Castlederg. Now, they're not a BMW dealer, they're a small family-run business, and they've been the ones that have been servicing my car throughout my ownership of it. And, you know, the car hasn't needed much, just basic servicing, in all honesty, and that's pretty much it. And they did the EGR valve for me too, so no problems there. And in general, the car is tight as a drum, no weird noises from it. And it's funny because when I was researching this car before I bought it, I just found so much negative stuff online and forums and Facebook pages and YouTube videos all about how unreliable BMWs are, especially these 20D models. So they're so unreliable. You can have check engine lights all over the place. And I had people tell me that when I said I was interested in buying this 4 Series. And it's just been complete, you know, BS as far as I can work out. I mean, I'm sure there are quite a few BMWs out there that are unreliable, maybe older models in particular, but this ain't one of them. This 4 Series has been perfect, as I said, in the time I've owned it. And, you know, this is the nicest one I could have got as well. Blue, M Sport, ZF gearbox, and it's got so much nice technology in here. You've got the iDrive system, which I've gotten used to now. It's quite easy to use. Got heated leather seats. there is a big difference between this car and the GT86. I don't actually consider this BMW to be a sports car. It's honestly not. It's a luxury car that's kind of sporty. The GT86 is a full-on Japanese sports car developed by Toyota and Subaru. So there is a night and day difference between the two cars. I can't even compare them. I will say that the only place where the GT86 feels like a downgrade in the interior is the infotainment system. The iDrive system in the BMW is amazing. It's fantastic. The Toyota uses a much more basic, kind of old-fashioned double-din touchscreen head unit. I honestly don't care about that. That doesn't bother me a bit in the slightest. In fact, when I got my GT86, the first thing I did was Bluetooth my phone to it, just to make sure I could play Spotify, and I could. And that's all that matters to me. As long as I can play the music on my Spotify through the car, that's not a problem. I can listen, obviously, to regular stations, digital radio if I wanted to. So I don't care that the GT86 is not as luxurious as this. It's not why I'm buying it. I'm buying it because it's a sports car. I'm buying it for the experience, because that car, every time I drive a GT86, or every time I've driven one for the past 10 years, has been memorable for me. Not only do I think it's a very good looking car, it's just so engaging, driver focused. Everybody talks about the driving position in the GT86 and how it feels to just sit in it and drive. And they're absolutely right. It's just a wonderful experience driving that car. And now I get to have that experience every day for the time that I own it. And I'm just so excited by that. Out of all the cars I've owned, the GT86 is the only one that I think, if I'm completely honest, was really planned. The BMW wasn't planned. I just kind of found it and bought it on a whim. The Insignia, as I said earlier, that was an easy decision to make because I've, a lot of experience with Insignias. The GT86 though, for 10 years I've wanted that car. In a way, you could call it a dream car for me. I know some people might think the idea of a 2-litre Toyota sports car that's not even turbocharged, being a dream car is probably a bit crazy, but personal preference at the end of the day. Usually when we talk about dream cars, we're talking about Ferraris and Lambos and Aston Martins, that kind of thing. But in the real world, you have to think, maybe I can't afford a car like that. But a fun, affordable 2-litre Toyota that's also developed by Subaru, that's more realistic. And I've bought it. So I am really, really, really looking forward to my experience with the GT86, my ownership experience. I'm probably going to do some mods to it over a period of time. I've actually already bought, well, one mod, if you can even call it that. It's not really a mod at all, actually. All of that though will be revealed in the next video I do. If I can get a clip actually of this car and the GT86 together next week before the BMW goes back to John McEwen car sales, that'd be great, but that's going to be kind of based on a lot of circumstances next week. But if I can get some footage of the two together, that would be great. But yeah, to summarize the BMW, it's been an amazing car, and no Audi or Mercedes or Jaguar or other BMW honestly could replace this for me. It had to be the GT86. If it wasn't for that car, I wouldn't even be making this video right now. The 4 Series would be sticking around. But my favourite car in the world came up for sale at the right time, at the right colour and at the right price, and everything about it was perfect, so it was a no-brainer. I had to have it, and I did. So guys, yeah, that's my video, and I've enjoyed this time with this car, and stick around because there'll be plenty of GT86 content coming over the next few months and years. So take care, and thanks for watching.